Now, I've been saying it for a long time, probably like a year and a half, that gel balls are ramping up here in the US. Again, probably about a year and a half ago, I first got my hands on a gel ball blaster, and I was like, okay, this is cool. I mean, they did have a little bit of issues with them, but I feel like over the last year and a half, every single gel ball blaster that I've done, and this is just some of them, every one of them I reviewed, they just get better and better and more reliable and better and cheaper. And a lot of the ones that I've previously done, kind of like these, I feel like are just your entry ones. You know, entry level, basic blasters, still super fun. Nothing crazy about these, but they're still super fun. But man, some of these gel ball blasters like this from UnLocX, these kind of step that game up. This is like this is a different level right here than these kind of base level gel blasters. Now, these shoot, they claim, about 11 gel balls a second at about 200 FPS. And these things, I mean, these got some weight to them, and they are interchangeable. Now, we are primarily going to focus on the V2 here, but they do have the 4-in-1, which is pretty much the V2, but it does have the front shroud that you can take off. It does have the reverse, kind of the stock here. So you can run this thing in different modes to figure out whatever, you know, style you like. If it were me, I would end up getting one of the 4-in-1s and one of the V2s, so you can say, okay, hey, let's put the stock on one, put the front on this one. And so I just kind of wanted to throw that out there if that was just me, right? You have a little bit more options. But still, nonetheless, this UnLocX V2 is, again, it is no joke. I have already shot about 4,500 rounds out of just this one right here, and it has yet to break a ball. It is insane. Let's take a look at what's in the box. So the box itself comes really premium. I like these little shiny boxes. Yeah, I mean, V2 pistol, fully automatic, freaking great. Inside the box, you do get a lot of cool accessories. You do, of course, get some nice eye protection. I would highly, highly recommend it. I would never shoot these things without them. Some nice eye pro. You get, in my case, I got about 4,000 rounds, which is awesome. You get a USB charger and, of course, a few Allen wrenches to open this blaster up. Now, what's nice about these things is it has kind of a built-in battery up here in the top. They say you don't need to get into it, but if you ever have to, there's 2 screws. You can pop it out, and it charges with just a simple USB charger, like most of these do. And it was hard for me to like figure out where the charging port was at first. Had to kind of search around, but it is over here on the side. It does have a little rubber grommet that you can just pop off and go, and you just put it in there. And this charged roughly in about 3 hours-ish, somewhere in there, 3.5. And I already shot about 4,000 to 5,000 rounds through this, and it was still running strong. But you could definitely tell the rate of fire difference from one that is fully charged comparison to one that is like semi-charged. You still get an absolute just demon of a blaster. Now, like I mentioned, this does have the kind of the piece back here if you wanted to stick in the V4 or the 4-in-1 stock on here, or if you wanted to put the front. And yeah, you could throw it on there. I, again, would highly recommend doing that. The magazines are really cool. You see this a lot, though, on a lot of these different lower tier gel blasters. Well, actually not on a lot of the lower ones. Most of them are gravity fed, but this is a, kind of has a, I don't know if you could see that through that clear smoke there. There's a motor with the wheel which pushes the gel balls up into the blaster. So it's not gravity fed. It's not hanging from the top and you got to shake it sometimes. This, pretty much every time you pull the trigger, it is rotating that gear so another gel ball goes right up into the feeding mechanism, thus not making it so you have this big, you know, grenade hopper, look at that, right in front of your face. You got none of that. Now, some of these do have that, but not all of them. It is kind of hit and miss, but still, look at that. I believe it is a 1,200 milliamp battery in here, so it will last you a while. Now, 5,000 rounds it comes with is a lot of rounds to shoot like in a day. It is a lot. You're just going to sit there and just go. So you can see these here. These typically will grow to about 7.5 millimeters. And I believe they sell, I think it's about, what, 22,000, 23,000 for about 15 bucks? Which I'm like, oh my gosh, that is insane. That is like super, super cheap. So check that out online if you guys want to see that. I mean, super, super cheap for these. Comparison to paintball, oh my gosh, not even close. Let's just get out and shoot these things. So I'm in the backyard here. I put up the target that comes along with this. And it's a nice target. It kind of has on one side, it has like a, geez, I don't even know. There's some type of coating on there so you know, the gel balls don't really wreck it. I am probably about 40, 45 feet away from that target, and this thing absolutely drills it. Absolutely drills it. And when you have 2 of these, whew, flipping this thing on full auto is insane. You know, if you're just sitting there full auto with both these things, you are putting some serious gel balls downstream. I would hate to be downstream and try and poke my head out. I would 100% get hit with a gel ball. But you can see, one blaster is great. Two blasters, I say, is even better. But still, none of them broke. Hopefully you guys can kind of see the streams these things are putting down here. Just absolute streams of gel balls. And look at that, they look great in the hands. I mean, they have a nice weight to them. It was surprising. I was like, man, this has a gearbox or whatever is inside it. It feels heavy duty. It feels great. But the price of these things are not even what you would think they would be. They are actually on par with some of these smaller gel blasters. But look at that. Oh, man, I'm telling you, I love shooting gel ball blasters. You guys know me. Absolute blast shooting these things. So go back and check that out if you want to check that out. But again, the price on these things are not what I expected. They're actually on par with some of these. And I'm like, whoa, that just blows my mind that you can get this for the price of this. I get it. These have a little more colorfulness, whatever. These are a little more competition, I feel like, especially when you go to, of course, the 4-in-1, where if you want to get the, you know, the stock and the front to it, they still shoot phenomenally well. But again, you know, in the hands, we'll just pop it up here again. It looks really, really good. Whether you want to use it as kind of a pistol, or whether you want to use it as an SMG, or you want to use it with the full, you know, again, kind of the 4-in-1 there. The mag release is over on the right-hand side. It is, of course, you know, for right-handed people, boom, it's right there. It is very nice. Pop it in, pop it out. Super easy to do. The on and off, or the shoot and full auto, is on the left-hand side of the blaster. So you kind of can see, just pop it open. And you could shoot single shots with this, no problem. I didn't seem to have an issue. Full auto, again, worked great. I think one of these, I maybe chopped one ball out of both, about 10,000 rounds through here. And it was probably my fault, because I was just sitting there kind of goofing around. But man, overall, guys, the Unlock V2 kind of blew my mind when it comes to gel blasters. I am so used to this tier right here. But this is on a different level. This is the next step up. I know there is a step above this, but those gel blasters cost $200, $180, somewhere right in there, which we will review. There is a couple that I have, but these by far, man, these are performers. I got nothing bad to say about them. And when you're sporting two of these and just run it, oh my gosh, they're reliable. They shoot great. The internal batteries, they have that weight to them. The gearboxes are built great. I literally sat there one time and shot off 700 rounds that these magazines hold. 700 rounds all the way through, no problem. I'm like, my gosh, it just goes and goes and goes and goes and goes. But again, if it were me, I would pick up one of the V2s, and then I'd pick up one of the 4-in-1s, so I could take the front and the rear kind of shrouds off those and put them, you know, onto this, so you guys can kind of mix and match. But either way, you know, you get the 4-in-1, cool. You can, you know, you have all those possibilities that you want to do, whether you want to go like that, oh, whether you want to throw this, you know, on there like this. Of course, get the different colors, but still, these things rock. I got nothing bad to say about them, but I've been saying for a year and a half, gel balls, blasters are ramping up here, and with the recent addition of, you know, big old Hasbro building one, I feel like a lot more companies are going to start building these things and kind of getting into that market. But still, I love it because I was a huge paintball player back in my day, and this just kind of fulfills that role at a fraction of the cost. But let me know what you guys think of these things. If you guys have them, and if you do, what do you guys think about the performance? Because the performance of these, whew, blows these things absolutely out of the water. It would be no competition if somebody had two of those and I was sporting two of these. It'd be no competition. I'd be like, bring it. Just bring it. Anyways, let me know what you guys think. Leave it down in the comments. Thanks again, Fox fans.